Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to the session of Satellite Communication. In the last session from unit number 8, that is Satellite Link Design, we have seen carrier to noise power density ratio for uplink as well as for downlink. In today's session, we will cover what are different satellite system parameters, satellite system noise, and the example based on the satellite system noise. As we have seen, there are the most important parameters, which is EIRP, which is also known as effective isotropic radiated power, that is a product of transmitted power and the gain of transmitting antenna. Alright? So, effective isotropic radiated power is like a key parameter. As we have seen for the link budget design, it's a key parameter and which is also known as either equivalent or the effective isotropic radiated power, right? As we know that it is a product of transmitted power and the gain of transmitting antenna. If I want to represent this term into dB, so EIRP in square bracket, what does it represents? It represents this quantity, this quantity, this quantity and this quantity in decibel, right? So PS, that is my source power, or you can say power at the antenna input, right? Which is in the dB watt. Why? Because it is represented in dB. Plus gain. Why I have placed over here a plus? Reason is when two quantities are in multiplication, and if I want to represent that quantity into a decibel, then we need to place plus over here, right? And if two quantities are in division, then we need to place subtraction sign over there. If it is PS upon G, then we need to place minus sign over here, right? So PS is the power at the antenna input and G is my antenna gain, right? Both the quantities are in dB. As we know, the resultant EIRP will be dB watt, right? Second thing, when we are going to calculate the EIRP, we must know what is the gain of my antenna. If it is not given, then what we need to do is, we know that for calculating a gain, we must know this formula, that is AE into 10.472 into F into D. Now how this come? First of all, what is our example? The statement of the example is a satellite downlink at 12 GHz operates with the transmitted power of 6 watt and the antenna diameter is in 3 meter, right? Apart from that, we have the aperture efficiency, which is 0.55. Now we need to calculate EIRP. So there are two formulas. One is for the antenna diameter, which is given in the meter. Alright, so that formula is G is equals to AE into 10.472, that is a constant, into F, that is my frequency, which is in gigahertz. We don't need to place over here in 10 raised to 9 or 10 raised to 12, whether it is in gigahertz or in terahertz, right? Into D. Over here diameter is given in the meter. Alright, so we need to use this formula and whole square. Alright, what is A? A is my aperture efficiency, which is already given as 0.55, right? That means the efficiency is 55%. If it is given as 75%, then we need to place over here 0.75. Alright, into what is 10.47? It is a constant coming from over here, right? f, that is frequency in gigahertz. So we need to place only a 12. Alright, we can't place 12 into 10 raised to 9 because this quantity is already in gigahertz, right? Into 3. What is 3? 3 is the diameter of my antenna. Alright, this is the standard equation to calculate the gain of our antenna, right? So this quantity 78.168 if we are going to calculate this whole term. Alright, but we are going to calculate the EIRP. So first what we need to do is we need to first calculate this quantity into dB. So the formula is, if you want to convert the absolute value into dB, we are simply use a 10 log base 10 this absolute value. So 10 log base 10 78.168. So my answer is 48.9 dB, right? And if you are going to calculate this EIRP, so EIRP is simply source power, that means the power of antenna at the input side plus gain, that's it. Okay. Second parameter is free space path loss. Now, what does it mean? As we have calculated the free space path loss in the very first topic of chapter number 8, that is in the basic transmission theory. Now, what does it mean? As free space path loss is represented as a LP, or I can say FSL. Okay. That is 10 log base 10 4 pi r upon lambda whole square. Now what does it mean? See, this free space path loss is the loss which is incurred by electromagnetic wave. Why? Because it propagates in the straight line through the vacuum with no absorption and no reflection of energy of nearby objects, right? So we can say that my free space path loss is frequency dependent. Okay, I can say that it is frequency dependent, and as my wavelength, that is lambda, and it will going to increase with the distance r. What is this distance? This distance means between my transmitter and my satellite. If this distance is going to be increased, my free space path loss is going to be increased. Alright. Now what is the formula that we have already seen, that LP, that is equals to 4 pi r upon lambda, right, whole square. Now what is lambda? Lambda is the wavelength. What is r? R is the distance between my transmitter and satellite. Okay. If I want to represent it in terms of frequency, as I can say, lambda is equals to c by f. So c by f. Okay. As it is frequency dependent. Okay. If frequency is going to be increased, my free space path loss is going to be increased. As range is going to be increased, free space path loss is also going to be increased. But it is inversely proportional to the lambda. As lambda is going to be increased, my free space path loss is going to be decreased. Alright. So this is a free space path loss. Now, if I want to represent this quantity in decibel, then what we need to do is simply put 10 log base 10 4 pi r upon lambda, or I can say in place of lambda we can use c by f. Alright. As it is square over here, so this square coming towards multiplication with 10. So 10 into 2, that is 20. Alright. So 20 log 4 pi f r upon c. What is c by f? C by f is lambda. What is r? R is my range between the transmitter and the satellite. Alright. But if we are going to separate out this quantity, that is 20 log 4 pi f upon c, or I can say 4 pi upon c plus 20 log f plus 20 log r. So I can say I can solve this quantity, this one. for C that is equals to 3 into 10 raised to meter per second, and the frequency is already given in the gigahertz. So I can say that my path loss, that is 92.4 plus 20 log f, frequency is in the gigahertz, and the 20 log r. What is r? R is a distance. It is always in the kilometer. Alright? Now, we will see one example based on the free space path loss. Now, what is the statement? Statement is, find the free space path loss for an uplink operating at the 6 GHz with a distance r is given 42,000 km. Okay, if the earth station EIRP is 120 dB watt, so what will be the received power in dBm? Now, what is the difference between dB and dBm? dB means we are going to calculate the decibel value with reference to 1 volt, and dBm means we are going to calculate the decibel value with reference to 1 millivolt. Alright, whether it is in voltage, the millivolt, if it is in power, the milliwatt. Right? Now, formula that we have already seen, LP that is equals to 92.4 plus 20 log frequency plus 20 log my range. Right? Range is given as 42,000 km, right? Plus frequency is already given in gigahertz. So we are not placing over here 6 into 10 raised to 9 because it is already in gigahertz, right? So 6 gigahertz over here. Alright? S we can calculate over here, that is LP. This quantity will be in dB. Why? Because as we have seen in the last PPT, that if you want to convert my free space path loss in decibel, this is the way. Okay, this is the formula that you need to remember. Alright. So my free space path loss in dB is 200.4 dB. Now, what is the question? Question is, we need to calculate the received power in dBm. How to calculate it? See, over here, what is given? The earth station EIRP is already given, it is 120 dB watt. So 120 we have to write. Why? Because received power is equals to EIRP minus path loss. Why? Because EIRP is my actual transmitted power, and when my signal is going to be transmitted through the free space, or I can say through the atmosphere, my loss is introduced. So what is my loss? That loss we need to consider, which we have already calculated. So we need to subtract that loss from my actual transmitted power. So my actual transmitted power is 120. So 120 minus 200.4. It is coming from over here, my path loss, right? So the quantity is minus 80.4 dB watt. Now the question is, you need to give me the answer in dBm. So if you want to convert that dB into dBm, we simply need to subtract this quantity from 30. Okay? Why? Because we know that 1 watt, or I can say 1 milliwatt is equals to 10 raised to minus 3 watt. Alright? So 10 raised to, if we are going to convert that 10 raised to minus 3 into dB, it will be minus 30. Alright, 10 log base 10, 10 raised to minus 3. Minus 3 will be coming over here, and 10 into minus 3, that is minus 30. And log 10 base 10, it is 1. So minus 30 we need to use if you are going to convert from dB watt to dB milliwatt. This is the way to convert dB watt to dB milliwatt. So minus 80.4 minus 30 will be minus 0.4 dBm. Alright.